Heel, boy. Heel.
Come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Such a sexy, sex appeal, I can feel. Too much is never enough. You always have to be up when these times get rough. I was lost, now I'm found. Ever since you've been around, you the woman that I want, so you want to put me down. Come my lady, come my lady.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so why did I start this sunshine and ketosis journey? So first of all, please excuse me ahead of time if I get in and out of the live and it pauses because hang on. Okay, so I actually just had to put him on a leash because there's another dog and I don't want him getting in the habit of running to other dogs because not all dogs are friendly. And he's very playful, so he might come off as scary to people if he just runs to them. So we're trying to teach him that he needs to heel. See? He comes. He's such a good boy. He's such a listener. He's very intelligent. That's what we wanted. We wanted a very intelligent pup. Okay, so why did I start this excuse me, sunshine and ketosis journey? It began, so in December, I actually felt like, okay, my health has deteriorated starting last year when all of this plague, when this plague broke out, when they took the kids out of school and people started staying inside and not going outside, and like I fell for that for a while. And I stayed indoors, and then I realized, no, we need sunshine. We need oxygen. We need to get outdoors. We need to not shelter our microbiome. We need to keep building our microbiome. I have to stay close to the tree because I'm not supposed to be on the golf course. So I'm keeping this pup close to me. Oh, this is nice. So actually, around that same time, I kept getting this word. This word kept coming to me, detox, detox, detox. And it kept coming, and it was just like this resounding word, not just for a month, but it was like a couple months. And I was like, okay, God, detox. You want me to detox from what? This is not just about food. This is not about food. This is about everything. Noise pollution, television, news, everything going on in the world. Detox from the city life, from life that's way too fast-paced, that's not meant to be lived that way. Detox from a sympathetic, dominant, headed lifestyle, right? I needed to detox from all of this. And around that same time, okay, I haven't thought about taking it to another level and detoxing of heavy metals. I didn't realize at the time how my body probably has not been doing a great job of detoxifying heavy metals, for example, persistent organic pollutants. I hadn't thought about that at the time. I didn't realize that, you know what? I was bodybuilding, I was counting macros, and there was a time that I had lost 30 pounds back in the day when I did all of this. But, you know, I've gained a lot of this weight in these past few months back, and I didn't think about the toxins that were depositing during that time. During the time that my fat cells were expanding, I didn't realize that I was storing toxins. And then I came across Dr. Hunt, Dr. Courtney Hunt, and she really helped connect so many more dots, right? I already had a great understanding of how the body works, and that proteins and carbs are meant to be consumed together, especially after a workout that you've been lifting with, because carbs help drive protein into the cell. So if you're trying to hypertrophy your muscles, that means grow your muscles, the muscle fibers to grow, literally grow in size, you want to bring carbs into that muscle, that fiber. You want to bring carbohydrates in there, and along with all the other good stuff. So I knew this, and I would wait to consume my fats. It was if my meal called for fats, because I'd eat 5 meals a day. I'm going a little off topic, but it's connected. I'd eat 5 meals a day. 3 of the meals had no fat, and 2 of the meals had fat. But if I landed on meal 4 that called for 8 grams of fat, and it was after a workout, I would consume my proteins and carbs and hold my fats for an hour, because I knew that it would slow down that process of driving the carbs, the protein into the cell with the carbohydrates. So I needed to wait on the fat. This was not a very high fat diet. So I didn't realize that I was actually getting into a state of ketosis, but not by consuming a ton of fats. I was very strict. Anyway, I was very strict in what fats I did consume and when I consumed them, but I didn't feel like at the time it was a ton of fats. It was mostly protein focused. Okay, boy, we're not playing. Let's walk. Come on. Anyway, so I understood a lot of this material because I don't call myself a scientist, but I guess I am. I'm a kinesiologist. I'm a physiologist, I guess. I'm an occupational therapist. I'm a bodybuilder, whatever you want to call it. I studied all of this stuff, so I understand it. But then Dr. Hunt took it to this entire new level. All right. She took it like to a brand new level. She got on the quantum level, high and low. That's as above, so below. That's in the universal quantum scale, but also on the cellular atomic scale. Okay. The unseen scale. Pheromones, resonance, shedding, whatever you want to call it. That's on the quantum scale. We don't see this stuff. Okay, so she took it to this other level, and I learned that in order to have bigger, better, faster, stronger babies on every level, that's IQ included. I want to have bright babies, but I want them to be strong, healthy babies. I don't want them to be floppy babies. If you guys know what I mean by floppy babies, these are very low tone babies, and they need a lot of therapy in the beginning. Usually they're delayed in other developmental skills. Oh, by the way, my name is Amy Jaramillo. I'm an occupational therapist and a women's pelvic health specialist. I work in a hospital in acute care and rehab setting per diem, and I also work for myself outside of the hospital. Hang on. Hey, leave it. Okay, I have clients. I'm a concierge clinic, the first concierge clinic in South Florida, owned by an occupational therapist, pelvic health, women's pelvic health concierge clinic. Come on, boy. I know you want to greet everybody. Come on. Okay, where was I? I took those ketones, so sometimes they put me on overdrive, especially when I had the charged ones. I shouldn't have had the charged ones. I should have had the uncharged. Okay, so Dr. Hunt, where was I? Ruthie, are you in here? Okay, so what I learned from Dr. Hunt, if I want to have bigger, better, faster, stronger babies, floppy babies, that's what I was saying. So I used to, I'm an occupational therapist, never thought I would get into pelvic health. That's a story for Okay, so Dr. Hunt would talk about how, come on, let's go, how you can use the sunshine to help your body heal. You can use ketosis, the metabolic state, to help your body heal, to help your body dump these toxins, to instruct your mitochondria and your DNA, which is the blueprint and instructions for all of the processes in your body. You have natural tools. We have natural tools. Hey, leave it. We have natural tools and abilities to heal ourselves. We just need to know, we need to have the knowledge, and we need to begin healing to understand what we need to do. And when we do this, we can have bigger, better, faster, stronger babies, healthier babies. We can become fertile, right? So women, there are women that believe that they're infertile. And then someone, maybe a physician, told them, "I'm sorry, you're never going to have babies because of whatever reason." And you know how many times they're wrong? So let that be a huge, right away, a huge encouragement to you, because they're wrong on so many levels. You can heal certain things. You can reverse that. There was a Nobel Prize winning in 2012 where they saw that to reverse age and become stem cells again. That any human tissue can reverse age and become stem cells again. Okay? And there's research and evidence that shows that you can even change your DNA over the course of 3 lifetimes. That is, if it starts with you and you start working on your DNA, and let's say, for example, you have an issue with superoxide dismutase for whatever reason, that's in your DNA. Maybe, okay, you have to increase your ATP, because ATP is the first step in this energy. I know I'm going high and low, guys, but for those that know what I'm talking about, just follow along, because I'll land the plane eventually. ATP, the more ATP you have, the more energy you have. It's a teeter-totter, right? You're either making energy or you're making black smoke, like a factory. You're making product, or you have waste. You want to be making more product versus waste. ATP is energy, it's information, it's product. Your mitochondria is the powerhouse of every cell. Every cell has to be treated like a battery in your body. So if you think on that level, you want to make more ATP, more energy. Hey, leave it. Good boy. You want to make more ATP, more energy over the course of your lifetime. If you are exercising, you're eating right, you're eating a ketogenic diet, you're not over consuming the persistent organic pollutants, you're getting all the sunshine you need, and then you have babies, right? This is what I'm banking on. This is what I want for my family, my offspring, my bloodline, my baby. The idea is that my baby will be just a little bit better, and maybe their DNA will have less of a chance of being expressed. It will have less of a chance of being expressed, and they will be better off. They'll just be a little bit healthier. They'll have a little bit more energy in life. They'll have maybe a higher IQ. And then if they continue to do what I've taught them, if they continue to live that lifestyle, live a life under the sun, and live a life consuming fish and meat and healthy fats and low carbohydrates, staying away from the sugar. Poison flows where sugar goes, or poison goes where sugar flows, right into the cell with glycolysis. Come on. Let's say my offspring, my babies, continue this lifestyle and continue what I'm doing, and they continue healing their DNA. The idea is that when they have babies, that baby now has the possibility, flash forward thinking, that baby has a chance at a better life, at a healthier life, at a life with more energy, at a life that's more connected to the field, to the sun's electromagnetic field, to the Higgs field. 2 separate fields. Sun emerged from the Higgs field, as did our Earth. and everything in it. Ooh, that's a story for another day. Right, so that's the idea. Teach our offspring what we're doing so that 3 generations down the road, God willing, their DNA is just a little bit better off. They have less polymorphisms. It is possible. There are studies, there's evidence out there that supports this. If you think it's a theory, there's evidence out there that supports this. So that's why I started doing this, guys. Let's see. Hi. That's why I began this ketosis and sunshine journey. You can't do sunshine without ketosis, and you can't do ketosis without sunshine. You need a lot of water. You can tell from the lips if you need to hydrate. Right now, I think I need to hydrate more. So I felt like I was brain foggy in December. And I was at my peak weight. I guess since meeting my husband, I weighed 167. I was pretty fluffy. I had a lot of muscle too, but I was fluffy. I had inflammation, and and I felt slower. I felt like over the course of that year, my IQ had dropped. It was just like anxiety, and I think depression was setting in a little bit with everything happening last year. And I was still working. I was still on the, I'm gonna do this front lines, right? Because right now, certain people, they're discriminating against our decisions, certain decisions that we are making. Those of us that were considered frontline and heroes last year are now being ostracized. But you know what? I'm finding that sometimes in this society that we live in nowadays, that I am working on detaching myself from a little bit. It's better to be ostracized, because then you know you're doing something right. Anyway, I took Dr. Courtney Hunt's teachings to a new level because I was listening to her since last June. Remember, the word kept coming, detox, detox. Then I found her. It was like God sent. Like it was the universe. It was the universe, God, Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it, bringing her into my life. Bringing her energy, my energy, our Higgs fields colliding, okay? And my life changed. I took her teachings to another level, and I started implementing everything I understood, because I understood it, pretty much all of it. I just needed to do it. So here I am, a few months later. After the course of 1.5 months, when I started implementing fasting and the keto, high fats, sunshine, waking up early, going to bed early, not eating after dark. The sun has dropped below 30-degree elevation. That means we're not making vitamin D anymore. It's 4:37 here. My life changed, okay? My understanding of the sun has changed. My understanding of health has changed. It's like health on another level. She doesn't even call herself a functional doctor. It's like quantum health doctors. It's these doctors of the future that understand the body on an entirely different level, that if only we all understood, we would understand that we all have the ability and power to heal ourselves, you know? So forgive me for getting a little bit passionate here. Sorry, not sorry. And my energy just skyrocketed, and I started dropping weight because I was dumping the toxins, dumping the water and inflammation from my body. And I just dropped weight like so fast that I had the same clothes, and all of a sudden I realized, whoa, these clothes are huge. And I laughed because it was hilarious. I didn't believe how fast it happened, and I didn't realize that all those little changes, I wasn't even doing anything major. I was just walking on the beach. Sometimes I started sprinting because I had more energy, so I began sprinting, and I dropped weight so fast. It took me 1.5 months. Yeah, ketosis and sunshine. So ketosis is a metabolic state. How do you figure out your protein intake with ketosis? So right now, I'm not even counting my protein. The way I'm doing it, the way I'm figuring it out is checking my ketones. So yeah, I do go through a lot of, those blood strips sometimes when I'm like on a binge of just checking and analyzing and really being intentional about it, I go through them. But it's the only way I'll understand, okay, that was a little too much protein, maybe I can do less next time. But ultimately, as long as you're consuming more fat, and like a fist size amount of protein per meal with fat, for example, and you're not doing more than 3 meals a day, okay, then you should be fine, because fat has more kcals per gram. So you actually have 9 grams of 9 kcals per gram of fat, and then you have 4 kcals of gram of protein and 4 kcals of gram of carbs. So that's why the mitochondria, you actually make 4 times. So it's crazy. It doesn't even work by those ratios, because there's something very powerful that happens when your body is consuming fat for fuels, and the mitochondria is recognizing electrons from fat. You make 4 times more energy. 9 kcals is not 4 times more than 4 kcals, but for some amazing divine reason, we make 4 times more energy. So let that sink in. Think about that. So you really don't need that much protein, and you really don't need any carbs at all. But go slow with the getting rid of carbs. He does this thing, I think it's a behavior thing, guys, where he chews this when I'm not paying attention to him so that he can get my attention, whether it's negative or positive. See? And sometimes he accidentally bites me when he does that. Okay, so it took me a month and a half to defluff, or faster. I started defluffing after like 2 weeks when I was practicing this 2 weeks straight. And I've kept it off for until now. So what's that? February until now. Okay, let me save this, guys. I wanted to also chat a little bit about Revive. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Do you guys have any more questions about the ketosis and sunshine? So I've been doing this as a prep for babies, detoxing my body for babies, detoxifying, improving my cellular detoxification, my cellular autophagy. Autophagy is, Emma, leave it. Please, leave it. Emma, leave it. Autophagy is your body's self-eating, self-cleaning. Autophagy means self-eat. And then there's also a process that's upregulated when you're practicing ketosis. It's called apoptosis, which is cellular self-death. And you need to increase upregulate apoptosis. You want to have this function and ability working well in your body in order to prevent cancer. We're always growing cancer cells. And one of our body's jobs is to kill these cancer cells, to get rid of them and recognize them and not allow them to overgrow and overpopulate. For example, lung cancer. It's one of the worst kinds out there. And usually lung cancer isn't manifested into external symptoms until it's actually almost too late. It's like, I forgot what exactly it is, but I believe it's like, usually when they detect it, you're already at like stage 3 or 4 lung cancer. That's horrible. So if we are upregulating our body's process, self-cleaning and detoxification processes, and making enough energy and ATP for all of these processes, the idea is that you are helping your body prevent from, Emma, leave it, come on, baby, come on, prevent from developing cancer. He's like holding it with his paw. Does anybody have any more questions? Ammo, leave it. Jeez. I don't like when you do this. Okay, let's go. It's behavioral. We gotta get a trainer already. Because this is the one thing I don't like about that. Did I tell you guys he's on the raw diet and he's on the very high end in size for his age? I'm really excited about that. Leave it. Leave it. Okay. Okay, bye guys. Fasting in ketosis but still very fluffy. What to do? Fasting in ketosis but still very fluffy. Emma. Hey, try drinking more water. Consume a lot of water. And this is just off the top of my head. I guess I would have to do my research. less carbs. So, and don't eat at night. Emma, leave it. Come on, baby. Don't eat after sunset, and don't eat before sunrise. Consume more fats. So you can dump the water from your cells. Don't give up. Don't stop. Sometimes you won't see it all drop until you're being a little bit extreme and you're being disciplined. What I mean by extreme is disciplined. The small changes over a longer period of time, all of a sudden you'll see staggering results. Things will just drop off, right? I say this all the time to my clients. A few daily, seemingly insignificant changes, a few small daily, seemingly insignificant changes done over a longer period of time can yield staggering results. Only eating between 10 and 2. Wow, that's great. Yeah, more fat. You probably need more fat. Make sure you have enough energy. If you're feeling sluggish, then you need more energy. Make sure you are you're helping your mitochondria make more ATP and using the sunshine. You can also make more ATP with cold plunges. The research conducted that shows some really great evidence backing the cold plunges helping increase ATP. Hey, leave it. Says that the water has to be 55 degrees or below, but there are still a lot of benefits. You can still benefit from water that's a little cooler than that. If your body is going from one temperature to another drastically, it can help because it shrinks your cells and it brings everything closer together, and then the mitochondria is able to make more ATP. That's one way. The sunshine is another way. I made a whole story on this. I should look through my archives for it and make a post of it and share it. How to increase your mitochondrial stores. Okay guys, I'm gonna go. Thanks for joining me.